All right, welcome into 5 on Fridays. Really excited for this episode. We are talking cycling, CoGo more specifically. I'm excited to be joined by Chet Ridenauer, Senior Operations Manager for Lyft. Chet, how are you, sir?
Brandon, thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, man, really excited. Hopefully it cools off a little bit. I know when we're recording this, Columbus is under an extreme heat wave, so it's a little silly to talk about getting out and riding bikes, but, if done safely with proper hydration, it's still possible.
Exactly. Don't forget your water bottle.
That's right. And look, the product placement. It's
Good
perfect. I love it. So, Chet, I know I've had a long history with CoGo, and you guys have been great partners of the city of Columbus and the Healthy Columbus program specifically for a very long time. But I just want to start with the basics. For the uninitiated, what is CoGo? What are you guys up to? Just kind of give us a little brief history, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. CoGo Bike Share, they're the black and red bikes you've probably seen around town. This program was launched in 2013, almost 9 years ago. We're coming up on our 9th anniversary. So before car sharing, before ride sharing, before scooters, This was the original alternative transportation. The bikes are actually run through the city's recreation and parks program. The city owns the bikes, the city owns the stations. It's a quick, easy, affordable, fun way to get around town. There's almost 90 stations, almost 600 bikes. They're available 24/7, accessible directly from your smartphone and the Lyft app. Many folks already have on their smartphone. So it's a really exciting program.
Yeah, that's actually really an interesting part that I think for some people who haven't following CoGo as closely, you guys are technically in the Lyft family.
Exactly. Back in in the fall of 2019, Lyft acquired a company called Motivate International, which was the largest provider of bike share in North America. Since then, they've been able to integrate these bikes directly in the Lyft app, providing easier, quicker, more flexible access for Central Ohioans.
That's awesome. I know I've been up close and personal with one of the bikes. I've seen your guys' staff driving the trucks and coming out and maintaining or swapping out bikes in and out of the fleet. Tell us a little bit more about the bikes at a high level, what we can expect when we were to get on ride one.
Yeah, you're probably familiar with our standard classic pedal bike. Weather resistant, they're out there 24/7. They've got all the safety gear you need, a bell, they've got front and back brakes, they got front and back lights, they got fenders for when you're riding in the rain. We also have our e-bikes, which we introduced in the summer of 2020. So you might recognize them. They've got the pink rims around the wheels. They also have a battery. The e-bikes they're e-assist actually. So once you start pedaling, the battery kicks in. It really does all the works. You know the old saying, it's like you're going through the motions. That's exactly the experience. The e-bikes also have a rear cable lock. So on the back fender, you can take that, you can lock and secure the bike around a bike rack, around a city sign or pole. So you have the freedom and flexibility to end a trip, not at a station. So depending on your final destination, or maybe you're running behind schedule, you have that flexibility. It's only $1 extra, but again, for that convenience, it's oftentimes well worth it.
That's a really, really smart idea. So the e-bikes specifically can be parked anywhere, while the regular pedal bikes still have to go to a station.
Yeah, you have that flexibility. If you want to save yourself $1, end it at a station, not just use that convenient cable lock to attach it to a bike rack.
That's awesome. I know from a Healthy Columbus perspective, we know how important active transportation is, how it can be such a useful tool to add a little activity into your day. But I want to talk at a larger level. Why is this such a great option for people in Central Ohio, city employees, their family members who frequent sort of the downtown and surrounding areas?
It's a great point. You mentioned healthy, active transportation. Our secondary stakeholder with the city is actually the Department of Public Health. Scott Ulrich over there, they organize the bike to work days. They see the value of helping people get moving to and from work. I'm sure folks are familiar with the downtown C-Pass and the Special Improvement District option, where those employees can get a free bus pass. Well, once they come in without their own car, the bikes are actually a really great option to maybe go to lunch, go to a meeting, maybe you have a break, can ride along the Scioto Mile. The bikes give you that flexibility to take a one-way trip. So maybe you bike somewhere, but the rain comes down, you can jump on a bus, you can carpool, you don't have to take it a round trip. The CoGo bikes are a great option when you have family or friends that are coming to town and visiting. You want to show them the best of what Columbus has to offer. The CoGo bikes are a great way to explore around town. You don't have to worry about the maintenance on the bikes. You don't have to worry about the tires being pumped, the gears being greased. We all know gas prices are incredibly high right now. Biking is a great way to save money on gas as well. And we all know we're right in the middle of festival season. We had a huge day last Sunday with the Arts Festival. We're expecting great ridership for Pride Fest, for Com Fest, for Red, White, and Boom. These bikes are a great option to get downtown. You don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to pay for parking. It feels good and it feels fun to be out there, especially on the e-bikes. You can go up to 20 miles an hour. Like the wind is rushing through your hair. It's like one of those commercials or something.
Yeah.
There's so much fun.
That's super fun. And like you mentioned, so many great use cases. I think for me in my head that it was only for planned activity or leisure time. And in this specific instance, we're talking about those things, but so much more, right? Business related, health and safety related. There's a lot of different layers as to why a CoGo bike could fit into your everyday life as it relates to, business, work, and play.
And the system has grown considerably. When we launched in 2013, there were only 30 stations. I mentioned we're going to be adding our 90th station later this week in Franklinton, the new Gravity project. So we're from all the way up in West Dome Park of Roses in Clintonville to Marion Village, from Upper Arlington, 5th by Northwest, Grandview, through downtown, the Near East Side, Bexley, up through Linden, and even out of Easton. So no matter where you're coming from or where you're going to, bikes and the CoGo bike specifically can be a great option for you.
That's really, really awesome. And I know you guys have worked really hard to expand that footprint. It's certainly becoming more and more of a realistic option for people as they go to these other places, not just in the central downtown hub for sure. So when we're talking about access, I know we kind of briefly touched on it, but we're really talking about all you need is the Lyft app and a membership, correct?
Absolutely. And you don't even need a membership. If you have the same Lyft app, I'll pull it up here on my phone here. So you open up your regular Lyft app. There'll be a bike logo at the bottom. Yeah. You can click on that. You can see there's all those little dots are 89 stations. Wow. So you can take a single trip directly in the Lyft app. If you want to become a member, you can go on our website, cogobikeshare.com. You can sign up to become a member. We also have an $8 day pass on our website. If you have, maybe some anxiety around your battery on your phone or not having a data plan, you can request a key fob. I got one right here. We can send you one of these in the mail. Actually, if you request a key fob, this is what we'll send you. So it's got a nice little, your key, your access. We're going to send you a little how-to about the e-bikes, discount on a helmet. Safety is a big key for us, but your key fob will be in there, and you don't need a smartphone. You can put that directly in the dock to get the bikes right out. And then when you're done with your trip, put the bikes back in. You'll get a green light that tells you your trip has ended. And it's a really quick and easy way to access the bikes. If you find an e-bike, for example, that's not in a station, you can use your key fob, and on the back wheel, there's a little logo to put your key fob in there, and that will unlock the bike. Take the lock out. There's a little pink holder for the cable lock, and you can be on your way.
That's awesome. I was not familiar with the key fob process, and that's got to be such a great relief for you guys to expand it to, like you said, beyond people who have smartphones with battery or data plans. Such a smart way to make it even more accessible than it used to be.
Well, we're a smart city. We've been great partners with Smart Columbus, so we're excited to continue to offer smart solutions for all of our smart residents.
Absolutely. And I know I want to touch on just one more thing. We kind of hit on it, but I know for a lot of people, safety is an important piece. Just at a high level from a safety perspective, what is something you guys like us to be aware of?
Well, we always encourage folks to wear their helmets. Your brain up here is pretty important. You want to protect the old noggin. We also want to remind our riders that they should be riding in the streets or on bike trails. We know sidewalks are for slower moving pedestrians, mothers with strollers, folks in wheelchairs. Ride in the streets. A lot of times you'll see a Shero in the middle of the lane. You also see signs on the street that says bikes may use the full lane. So we encourage riders to take the lane. Oftentimes that's the safest place to ride. You don't want to be riding too close to the curb. They call that the gutter zone. A lot of times there's debris, there's broken glass, there can be sharp objects that could puncture a tire. And you don't want to ride too close to a lane of parked vehicles as well. If someone happens to open a door, that door jam zone can be dangerous. So consider riding right in the middle of the lane, follow those sharrows. If you're riding with others, certainly there's strength in numbers. You can ride two side by side, ride right next to each other. Again, take that full lane. We encourage folks to have front and back lights on their own personal bikes, and we have them all on our CoGo bikes. Be as visible as possible. If you have a neon or reflective vest, consider throwing that in your to-go bag, and be safe out there.
Yeah, all great tips. I really appreciate that. As we wrap up, I do have one more thing that I wanted to ask you. How do you think City of Columbus employees can get involved with CoGo? Obviously, we touched on single access. We talked about your day passes, but I heard a rumor that there might be some memberships out there available.
Little Birdie's been talking. You must have been on Twitter. Yeah. So new this year, annually going forward, actually, we're going to be distributing a number of annual memberships across Central Ohio. We have over 50 partners already signed up that are sharing these with their members, with their employees. Reach out to someone in your HR department. Brandon, do you know anybody in the city's like a wellness coordinator or anybody that might be able to hook them up?
It's funny you mention that. It's almost like we had this conversation just for the sole purpose to tell people that we have the free memberships in-house that we're ready to start giving away to city employees. And Chet and I talked about it. Also, the employee can get a free membership, annual membership, which is awesome. Anyone 18 or older in your house. We've got sort of like a +1 deal going on too. So you can contact the Benefits and Wellness office. benefitsandwellness@columbus.gov is the email address. Let us know that you would like a code, and we can give you the code from there. One for yourself, one for an adult in your house as well. And you can get riding and take all these great tips and pieces of information from Chet, and we'll get you out there on the road. So yeah, Chet, I appreciate you sharing and selecting the city and the Healthy Columbus program to be a good partner of yours. We're excited to continue to work with you guys on this.
I just realized, I don't know if we touched on the benefits of an annual membership. So these are normally $85. So get a code from Brandon and the team. You're going to save yourself $85 off the bat. Annual members get their unlock fees waived. So you're not going to pay $2.25 every time you start a trip. And then any extra minutes over 45 minutes are going to be discounted down to 10 cents a minute. And all your e-bike trips are going to be down to 10 cents a minute as well.
Yes.
So
all of that.
Add that one to the blooper reel.
There we go. I have a great one pager from you that's got all of those little, fine details and features. So when you reach out to us, we'll sort of send you all the information that you need, not only to sign up, but the little details that your membership has to offer. So we're really excited to get going on this with you guys. I've got a limited number of codes that you've sent over. So first come, first serve to any employee, and that +1 to get yourself some access. But yeah, Chet, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time today. We're very grateful, and I will definitely pass employees your information in case we have any troubleshooting. I don't know if you want us going to customer service, but I like talking to you, so maybe I just want to have them all point your way.
I'm happy to help folks out locally. We do have a 24/7 call center that's there to support team members as well. So together we'll help get more Columbus employees on the road and biking this summer. So thanks, awesome, Brandon, for all you and your team's help.
Yep. Thank you so much, Chet. We'll see you next time.
All right. Take care.
Yep.
I apologize for